In an offensive tackle class that features loads of first-round talent, Ohio State left tackle Josh Simmons seems to be separating himself from his peers. We'll find out what exactly and what characteristics to his game and craft that he has that is making him the projected offensive tackle one in this class. Welcome back, everyone. Appreciate those of y'all tuning in. Appreciate those of y'all liking and subscribing. And so, yeah, Josh Simmons, Ohio State left tackle, projected to be one of the best tackles in this class. So let's just get down to it. So this first play here, as I played in a slow speed, I like it because he understands the pace of the edge rusher. Watch him step inside, goes back outside. That kind of confuses the edge rusher's pace. And then now it's about hand placement. Here in this situation, his left hand should be on the edge rusher's right pec. Eventually should get his right hand to the edge rusher's left shoulder pad. Then when you do that and you extend, move both your feet. And I like right there, you can see he's anchoring, inserting his force, extending that right arm, getting the edge rusher off balance. A really textbook rep right there from Simmons. Here's Josh Simmons right here, the left tackle right here, lined up next to the tight end and in between 91 and 1 for Indiana. And what Josh Simmons does really well in the run game is he always gets to the next level. So here he's working with his left guard on the double team right there on the defense tackle. Then he gets out in space, works up to the linebacker, takes the linebacker completely out of that pace. So in the run game, he's great and excellent at moving his feet, getting to the next level. And now here on the very next play, it's going to be the same thing, right? Josh Simmons, he gets to the next level, but instead of not only getting to the next level, this time he's going to work across the formation. He's going to get number 7 right here by the goalpost. So watch as he gets to the next level, goes across the field, takes them out of the play. Right, getting to the team that drafts him, he'll get to the next level consistently. What makes Josh Simmons so appealing to NFL teams is his lateral agility and the way he just keeps his feet moving, how quick he is with his feet, his shuffle, all of that is really off the charts and what you want from a tackle. He's in his kick step. I mean, if you could, I mean, he doesn't lean into contact, and if you could pick one thing to necessarily, I guess, have a problem with there, I would say probably anchor a little bit sooner and not get as much pushback like that. But still, he creates a U-shaped pocket, good kick step, lateral agility, keeps his foot moving, shuffle, all of that's really good. A little bit of the same thing right here, but what I also especially love is the punch and how he can really stun the edge rusher right here. So moves his feet, good agility, but then you see that punch right there, gets them off balance with his right hand, gets him into the turf. Here, Ohio State is running a play action pass with a seam to the tight end, and Simmons is just going to get into his short set right here, get himself positioned, lined up. And what I really like is how he uses his right hand against the momentum of the edge rusher. So right there, if you can see, Simmons is using his right hand to lift the edge rusher up, use their momentum against them, really stop him, and he does a good job of that. And then the very next thing is he does a good job of anchoring, doesn't let them get any push forward. If I could play that back one more time. There he is, and then he anchors right there. If you can see with the mouse, there's his right foot. Gets a good base for the anchor. Does a textbook rep. Here on this set, we see Josh Simmons work at an angle, get himself lined up with the edge rusher, which is number 8 right here to the left side. And as mentioned, his footwork, the way he shuffles, and his kick step right there. And what also is so impressive is he gets textbook hand placement. He's going to have his left hand on the right pec of the edge rusher while also having his right hand on their shoulder or even their back. And it's just so, and you see right there, right? It's so hard for that edge rusher to break through. They're trying to rip through it. Simmons does a good job of just creating that uniformed pocket. Now here on this rep, again, Josh Simmons, the left tackle, right there to the bottom of the M. And what I like is his drive and kick step on this angle right here that he's working. He just gets so much power, and that's able to propel him where he needs to be for him to get to his spot. He does a good job at that. And then again, he extends with the hands right there. And if you pay close attention to his right hand right here, he's going to try to get it on that shoulder, but then it eventually slips. So then he refits that underneath to the pec, and it's just another textbook rep from Simmons. Josh Simmons is a very fluid tackle when it comes to movement, and I like right here, you can see his mind and his feet tied together, and it's like perfectly in sync. So watch very closely. So you're going to see that linebacker right there is blitzing. You're going to see Josh Simmons react to it, position himself, but then react back to the edge rusher, knowing that 74, the left guard, is going to pick up that blitzing linebacker. So that means you have number 44 to the outside, does an excellent job of doing it, gets wide enough, consistently moves his feet, can extend his right hand and gets swatted, but he's able to recover back inside. Not very many tackles, much less offensive linemen in general, are able to get to the level that Simmons does right here. So it's a screen from Ohio State. Simmons is going to get out to the outside corner over here to his left side, which you cannot see in the screen. And as I play it out, I mean, technically, by the rules, this is legal men downfield, but I'm just showing it to show how far he can get to the next level and how advantageous that can be for teams in the screen game and also in the run game. When college offensive tackles start to use the ghost hand technique like Josh Simmons does on this play, that's when you know that they've got it nailed down and all the basics, stuff like that becomes pretty easy for them. So then they take it to the next level. So watch Simmons inside the circle right there and watch his left hand. Watch, flashes out that left hand. That's going to get the edge rusher off balance, really kind of throws off their timing, stuff like that. Does in a good position, hands extended, uniformed, U-shaped pocket. I mean, textbook rep and just great overall. What I like about Josh Simmons is, I mean, he always stays in proper positioning. He doesn't give up any ideal angles for the edge rusher to pursue. Uh, Ohio State's also got the back out there, but I like his shuffle. Creates that uniformed pocket, U-shaped, doesn't create any pressure towards the quarterback. And now for an offensive tackle, it's not always going to be about just straight rushes from the edge rusher, right? Or from the opposing team. There's going to be included some stunts in there, stunts and gains. So how well can you process that? So on this play, Josh Simmons, he does a pretty good job of processing it, throws the edge rusher that was initially on him to his left guard on the inside, then also is able to get out to make a play on 34. Just really good rep. I see it happen quite a lot from Josh Simmons where he uses his inside hand or inside arm to extend on the edge rusher and while also moving his feet. Something pretty difficult to do to use that inside hand and move your feet in the to his left, but it's something he's really good at and he can do, right? He has tries to get that left hand to the right shoulder of the edge rusher. Edge rusher does a good job of swatting it off, but then he's going to use his inside hand to just latch on. I mentioned it earlier in the video and on the screenplay, but how Josh Simmons is able to get to the next level, it's very smooth and he wastes no wasted movement. You see him right there get to the linebacker. He's just able to create that path, that lane for the running back. Combined with his athleticism, foot speed, lateral, vertical speed, he's just got pretty good raw strength. So I talked about right using his inside hand to extend while also moving his feet to his left. This is a perfect example right here. So short set, tries to get that left hand onto the right shoulder of the edge rusher. It gets swatted down, but then watch him just extend with that right arm while also anchoring. I mean, with just one arm to extend like that, that's unreal strength. Simmons is able to just latch on with that right hand. Watch, same thing. Left hand gets swatted, but then to latch on with the right, anchor. I mean, quite a few times, right? We've seen where his hands will get swatted, but then he repositions them, or he has a counter for what the edge rusher is doing. Very good trait to have. Much of the same thing right here on this play, so I won't add too much or any analysis at all. Just let you watch Josh Simmons, the left tackle inside the circle right there. Josh Simmons right here. I mean, the footwork is incredible on the kick step and on this vertical set right here. And then when he is able to land his punches, he does a pretty good job of just completely stopping the edge rusher's momentum. So here we are, kick step, good shuffle, good movement, keeps his hand inside right here and just stops the edge rusher's momentum. The clock has struck 000 on this film breakdown portion of the video, and now let's get into my overall thoughts on Josh Simmons as a football player. I think Josh Simmons, actually, I don't think. In my opinion, he is the best offensive tackle in this class, and many that have dubbed him that, it's deservedly so, for the reasons being that his footwork, the way he's able to mirror, I mean, just take into consideration his agility, his foot speed, his lateral quickness, his vertical quickness in his vertical sets. Then you polish that off of he's always got good positioning and he keeps himself square. Now, what I mean by that is his hips, shoulders, feet are always square and they're always in that perfect position to not give up any ideal edges or pass to the quarterback for the edge rusher. He's just a phenomenal football player. Now, if I had to pick any kind of weaknesses in his game, I'd say oftentimes than you would like to, his hands do get swatted off by the edge rusher. He does get a little bit of some pushback in rushes. Sometimes he has his hands a little bit too low and they're not ideally in the positioning of having them inside of the frame of the edge rusher. But even at that, they are things I think he can work on at the next level, and it's not like something too worrisome. And he fits in the run game. He fits any gap. He fits a vertical scheme. I mean, we saw he can get to the next level, especially specifically that play against Iowa where he's getting and making a block on the cornerback at the next level. He's any team that drafts him is going to be more than happy that they did. Uh, Great football player. Enjoyed watching his film. And as for the next video, we'll keep them coming. Probably going to stay more offensive line, but I appreciate those of y'all tuning in. Thank you very much and appreciate it.